So I just found this video. I recorded it and never uploaded it. But it was of when Hurricane Ida came through. We're in Pennsylvania, so it wasn't bad, but we still got a lot of flooding. You can see the field flooded. We had to put our horses in like the upper half of the, or upper section of the field, and luckily it got wet, but they were able to they weren't in standing water. The stalls in the barn actually did flood, and we had to go back in the morning and dig out all the bedding from the stalls that was soaking wet. And you can see the back behind the barn was totally flooded, inches, maybe even a foot of water. And that was our field. Yeah. We were out in our rain gear that night feeding the horses. We brought them in the shed to eat. Normally we feed them just out, but I didn't want them getting poured on, so Karma and Sorka are in the shed there eating their dinner. And that's the chicken coop. We brought the chickens into the barn because clearly it was flooded and they did not need to be out there in all of that. And then that was later in the night. That was my field. It's almost up to the top of the gate. So luckily we're able to section that off and keep the horses out of there because they would have gotten themselves in trouble. And even we were driving home, there's a bridge on our road that gets us out to the main road, and that bridge washed away. You couldn't, I think the bridge itself was okay. It was the road in front of it, giant chunks of asphalt were just missing, and it took them a couple months to get it fixed. I think, well, a month or two, I think, and they finally got it fixed, so now it's all better. But it was crazy. It even pushed a car from the road. They got pushed up against the guardrail and dropped off into a hole that had washed away. So it was pretty crazy. We went back, we saw the car when we went back in the morning, and it was nuts. And yeah, lots of crazy things happening that day. And our drive home is pretty quick, so that didn't take long. This is the section where the bridge is, where you can see how fast the water's moving over. So they just got pushed into that guardrail there, the car that tried to drive through. And the dogs didn't seem to mind the rain at all. Oreo loves water, so she likes to swim and play in it, so she was out. Our creeks, even by our house, were moving really fast. There was so much water. And then we had this giant hole that used to be rocks and dirt, and it all washed away. So that was pretty crazy. I was really surprised when I saw that. So it's kind of interesting how even though we're pretty far away from where the hurricane originally hit, and I can't imagine how much damage they did there. I'm hoping everyone has everything taken care of since then. But it's crazy how much water we still got from it being so far away in PA. So yeah, and Callie, no matter what, she just wants to play ball. She doesn't care. Rain, snow, it could be the world could catch on fire. She still just wants to play ball. So yeah, we had a lot of fun with the dogs. And luckily all the animals were safe and they stayed as dry as they could. The goats found dry spots